Hello again. It's been a long time that we met to discuss steps in MapInfo Pro, but today I think a video has to be made to teach all of us who've been waiting how to digitize, but first how to georeference or georegister an image before it's brought into MapInfo Pro and then it's digitized on. So today we have an image, a Google Earth image here, which is the Volta River of Ghana, and then we have a farmland here where we have the contract to digitize it and then to know the acreage of each farm. And that is what we want to do. So when we zoom in via Google Earth, we've seen that there are farmlands here which we would want to know the acreage as well as digitize all the features that we are seeing here. And so that is what we are trying to do. Before we can digitize, we can't digitize without georeferencing or georegistering the image file that we are having. And so with these few moments that we are having, we will try to digitize this image we are having, and then we to georeference this image we are having, and then we can continue to do the digitizing maybe today or another day to come. And so without wasting much time, let's do this digitizing or the georeferencing. Let's start the procedure. Thank you. So if you have your MapInfo Pro ready, we can bring it on board, and then we can see this is the interface when you've not loaded any particular workspace to be used. And so we have the blank workspace and then the last saved workspace. Because we are coming to work on a new document, I would want us to go to the blank workspace. So we click on the blank workspace, and this is how the interface will look like. So all we have to do is with each image that we are having, the more points that you will georeference on an image, the more accurate it becomes. So what I'm trying to say is, when I open this image have a number of points that is from this image that we are seeing. And so ideally we should have had like 10 or more points, but if you're having 4 points, it's enough. That is, we can bring 1 point here where the cursor is located, the second point, the third point, and then the fourth point. There is no system to name your points or the direction of your points, but I actually like going clockwise direction. And so this will be my point 1, my point 2, my point 3, and then my point 4. So this is it. And so this image is a Google Earth image. You can have a drone image, and then you can work on it. Usually most drone images, that is the advanced ones, will come with the image itself, and then with the coordinates. As much as it can pick, it can bring you the coordinates that you will need to georeference it. If you are using Google Earth, you can pick the data or the points from the Google Earth itself, because the more you move from one point to the other, the location will be displayed at the lower bottom of the Google Earth image. That is what we'll see. If you are having an image which was picked by another person, not using a drone or not using an advanced drone but just a drone, so an image was picked, what you can do if you want to georeference is you have to note some points or some features on the image, and then go to the field and then pick it, and then you can use it to georeference. So now we are having this image which is a Google Earth image, and we are having the coordinates as well, which is here. And so we have the points I, which is point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. And so these are the coordinates. For the degree minutes format, we have this at the longitude and latitude. For the decimal degrees, we have this. And then for UTM zone 30, we have the eastern and the northern. And so this is what we are coming to do. We are coming to georeference this image we are having. And so without wasting much time, let's move into MapInfo Pro. With this understanding, I think we can help to understand what we are coming to do. And now into MapInfo Pro, the blank workspace that we clicked early on has been opened. And so you go to open. You go to open, and then you click where your image is located. My image is located in a file for YouTube created specifically for this tutorial. So contract and then I go to Antman Geosoft YouTube. MapInfo Pro has an advanced array of file types that can be used in its procedure or in its work directives or in a work process. And so here we are having the workspace, but when you click on the file types, we have the Microsoft Access, which can be used in MapInfo Pro. We have the Microsoft Excel, we have the database, the shapefile, the raster image, the grid image, the delimited ASCII, etc. file. We have the Lotus, we have the comma delimited CSV, we have the SQLite database, and then GeoPackage. But now this is an image, and so it's a raster file, and so we will look for raster file, which is here. We have the JPEG, the PSD, the zip file, the TIF, the GIF. We have all of this as a raster image. So we click on raster image. When we click on raster image, we have this showing. First, we have the voter digitization, which is a zoomed out of the area that we are coming to work on. Then we have the farmlands digitization, which is a zoom in of the farmlands. And so we will click on the farmlands digitization. At the end of this tutorial, I will add this image, and then the data that we are having, and so you can work your hands on this as well. And so look at the comment section of this video, or down this video, you can see these images and then the attached data, so we can work with it. And so I will click on farmlands digitization. I will click current mapper, because I clicked a blank workspace, and so this is the blank workspace that has been opened. And so if I'm opening this farmland digitization, I must open it in this blank workspace that has been opened. And so I click on current mapper and I click open. It will ask me, do you want to simply display the image or register it so that it will have geographic coordinates? I want to register it, and then it will come as this. And so it will first appear with let me see the topmost corner of the image, which is here. That is topmost corner on the left of the image, which is here. So you can put your first pointer, which is 0.1, and then you can then register all the other images. So let's see, this is the 0.1, so I click 0.1, which is this. This is decimal degrees. If you want to work in a different coordinate format, that one you can change it. Maybe you want to work in UTM zone 30, you can change it and work in that instead of working in decimal degrees. And so we are having our formats in degrees minutes. So I'll open my Excel file. If you have 0.1, the latitude is this. I click on it, I copy, I come into MapInfo Pro. The X is the longitude, so the X is the longitude, and so I'll go pick the longitude instead of the latitude. So I'll pick the longitude, copy, paste, go back to the Excel, pick my latitude, copy, and then I will paste. And then with this done, I click OK. So the first point is registered. I go to the next one by zooming to the right side. This is the next point, because this one has been zoomed to the very end. So this is the next point. If the blue line is still located on this one, when you click the next point, this old point that was entered will be edited. And so what you have to do is you have to click add before you put in your new point. So add, and then you go here, you put in your new point, 0.2, and then you enter in your 0.2 coordinates into this one. So X, copy, I paste into this, I copy, I paste into this, and then I click OK. So my second point is also done. So let's see, with the first analysis I made, if I try to enter add, or let me say edit, if I do edit like this, the second point will be edited. And so that is not what I want to do. I want to just create a new point. And so I then zoom in, I then scroll downwards to the third point, and then I click add. Then I then click on the point 3. I go back to where my points are located. Longitude is here, copy. I bring it here, paste. I go back to the Excel file, I bring my Y, copy, I paste it here, paste, and then I click OK. That way it's registered. And so the error will be located here. The error will be seen here. So after the 4 point is imputed, you will see the error in this thing that you've done. The more points that you are inputting, the more accurate it becomes. So I click the next, I scroll to the left of it, the bottom left, and then I click add, so 0.4, and then come to use the crosshair to pick my point, which is here, and then I enter my points. 0.4, I'll pick my longitude, copy, I paste it, I go to my Excel file, pick it, copy, paste it here, then I click OK. This is the error that we are. So we can see, because these points are, 2 of the points will be located on one longitude and 2 of the points will be located on one latitude. 2 of the points, opposite points, will also be located on one longitude and one will be located on the latitude. The errors will be 0. But when you pick a point where the 4 points are not having a linear correlation, the error will be too much. So now we can, when you look at the data we are having here, you can see 0.1 and 0.4 are having the same x coordinates, and 0.2 and 0.2 and 0.3 having the same x coordinates as well. When you come here, 0.1 and 0.2 are having the same y coordinates, and 0.3 and 0.4 are having the same y coordinates. So with this done, we click OK. And then our image is registered in MapInfo Pro. And now with this registered, we have all the tools in MapInfo Pro to work and digitize this image that we are having. And so in our next image, or in our next video, what we'll be doing is we'll be digitizing these farmlands to know the acreage. We will digitize the rivers that we are seeing, the road networks that we are seeing, the lakes and the lagoons that we are seeing, to be used in any format that the client would want it. This is what we'll be doing in the next video. So I want you to subscribe to always get an alert when this video drops, so we learn together. Subscribe to this channel and you will learn as much as you want to learn MapInfo Pro. Thank you.